The golden thread had returned life to Willowmere. It wove memory, mended sorrow, and softened even the hardest hearts. But for all its wonder, Anya knew its true magic would wither if kept hidden. A gift hoarded is a gift lost. So one morning, long after the Festival of Light, Anya packed a satchel with herbs, dried apples, and a folded tapestry woven with stars. She locked her cottage door, kissed its frame with quiet gratitude, and walked down the path out of Willowmere. She didn't leave with sadness, but with purpose. Wherever grief had settled like dust, wherever hope had faded like smoke, she would go and she would weave. The first town, Hallowmere. Hallowmere was a gray town, not by weather, but by weariness. The people there had forgotten how to speak kindly. They didn't argue. They simply stopped speaking. Doors were shut, windows shuttered. Children walked in lines, heads down. Music had not played in the streets for 3 winters. Anya arrived and was met with silence. She set up her loom in the center square beneath a crooked oak and began to weave, not a tapestry of beauty, but one of laughter. She thought of Willowmere's festival nights, of the way her grandmother once snorted mid-story, of the silly songs children sang on rainy days. The golden thread responded with light, curling into vibrant spirals that danced across the fabric. By the second hour, a child stopped to stare. By the third, her father came. By nightfall, the square was full. And when Anya unveiled the cloth, bright as joy, soft as memory, laughter rang out like bells. Some didn't know why they laughed. Others wept from the sound of it. And when she left the next morning, someone, no one knew who, struck a chord on an old violin, and the town began to sing again. The second place. The glass hills beyond the pine woods, Anya climbed steep slopes where few dared to go. At the summit, she found a village built on shining stone, cold, perfect, and silent. The people here wore white robes and polished silver sandals. They spoke in precise tones. No one cried, no one hugged. Art was forbidden. Emotion was weakness. She was almost turned away at the gates. But a girl with ink-stained hands saw the golden shimmer in Anya's pack and asked, "What is that?" Anya smiled. "A story that remembers you." She stayed 3 nights in the girl's home and taught her how to weave, not with thread, but with truth. The golden strand came slowly, hesitantly, but when it did, it formed a tapestry unlike any Anya had ever seen. A bridge of stars between 2 faces, eyes full of wonder. The girl showed it to the elders, and for the first time in decades, one of them cried. By the time Anya left, color had returned to the glass hills, not in cloth, but in people's eyes. The third land, the forgotten shore. Her final stop, far to the east, was a lonely village by the sea. Here the wind was wild and the people believed in nothing. Magic is gone, they told her. The sea took it. They had lost children to storms, houses to salt, their faith to silence. Anya did not try to change their minds. Instead, she stood alone on the cliffs and wove the sound of the ocean into the thread. She spun the ache of loss, the depth of longing, and the slow, soft hope that rises with every tide. When she finished, the tapestry bore an image of a lighthouse, golden, flickering, and still standing. She nailed it to a driftwood pole by the beach. The next day, a young woman came and knelt beside it. Then an old man. Then 2 brothers who hadn't spoken in years. Not to praise, not to pray, but simply to remember. And in remembering, they found courage. Anya's journey spanned seasons. She traveled through frost and bloom, always following the quiet pull of the golden thread, which never once abandoned her. Each village she left was better than she found it. Not because she fixed everything, but because she gave them back what they already carried, their own story, their own light. And one morning, Anya returned to Willowmere. She arrived quietly as always with wind in her hair and her satchel full of golden strands. But the village had changed. There were new homes now, and children she did not recognize. But hanging from windows and hearths and porches were hundreds of golden weavings, some crude, some fine, some wild with joy or stitched with sorrow. She smiled, her story had taken root. And just as she reached her cottage door, she saw a single piece of golden thread tied around the doorknob. A welcome home, written in light.